Hi again, Itay from Blue Room Studios here. As a library composer, there's one thing I really can't stand, which is the deliverable stage. So you've spent all the time crafting, composing, mixing and sorting out beautiful tracks. And then comes a stage where you need to prepare alternative versions and stems for them. And in my case, at least, it's always a stage when things go slightly wrong. And I sometimes get more revisions in this stage than on the music itself. Now, I've decided to make this video because I've noticed not enough people know about this hack or solution for exporting stems in a safer, automated way. For the purpose of what we do today, we're going to use an external software called Keyboard Maestro. Now, this software is not free, but if you're asking me, it's worth every penny because the amount of time and hassle it's going to save you is incredible. In the process, what you have to do is basically prepare your project in Logic Pro as you would for bouncing the stems. It needs to be tidy and ready for work. And once you've got a stack of stems, Keyboard Maestro will basically externally export them one by one and eliminate your decision making and your distraction in that process. Let's dive right in. I'll show you how it's done and I hope you find this useful. Let's go. Okay, I've got my project up and running now on Logic Pro, and as you can see, it's stacked up nicely in summing groups, and this is how you need it to look before rendering everything to stems. You need to make sure that each pass will basically render on its own as an independent piece. Important to mention that Keyboard Maestro doesn't really like you using your computer while you're rendering the stems. It's going to interfere with its script. So I'm going to go ahead to Keyboard Maestro and run this macro, and it's going to ask me what's the multi-track folder name. The name of this track is Faded Picture. I've already done this once, but I'm just going to do newer stems, and it's going to save everything on your desktop under this name. It's asking you how many stems you're bouncing. It's basically how many times it needs to repeat the process. I've got 9 in here, so I'm going to say 9. And I'm choosing the starting track, which is obviously the first stem. It's going to open the bounce dialog, and it's going to ask you what file format you want. Most of the times you would need it as an uncompressed WAV, so make sure you've got that selected on your DAW in Logic, but don't confirm it on Logic, confirm it here in Keyboard Maestro. So you go, okay, let it do its magic. Now, if I recall, on one of those steps, there is a little glitch, so I'm just going to name this one on my own. It should really copy and do everything on its own. And there you go, it's bouncing the first stem. As I said, Keyboard Maestro doesn't like you doing stuff in the background. So if I was to start browsing the internet or to do other stuff, every click I was going to make on the computer is going to impact the script it's got. So I would recommend you to either have like an iPad or a laptop in the background, and in the time you could try and make your alternate versions like the 60 seconds, 30 seconds things. You know, music libraries really like you doing those. So as you can see, the computer is nearly done bouncing the first stem, and I want you to look at this magic. These are the things that really fill me up with giddiness and joy. It's going on its own. I'm not pressing anything. And it's copying the name of the second stem, copying, pasting it, and without me touching anything, it went ahead to bounce the second stem. What you want to do is let Keyboard Maestro repeat this process as many times, stay away from it. And the most amazing thing about it is that it eliminates all sorts of mistakes you would make. And here is the folder with all the stems. As you can see, they're all the same size, which means the same length. A very useful thing to do is to do a battery name for them. So for example, I know that one of the libraries really likes me to add the composer name after the name of the track, which I do, like that. And occasionally you need to add the name of the project. So you basically add the bits you need before or after the text, and it saves you a lot of times. I need to add the name of the project, which will be Faded Picture. So here we go, boom. So there you have it, a stack of stems done neatly and 0 mistakes. I hope you find this useful. If you enjoy the content, also check out my Instagram page. It's got some cool content in there as well. And keep coming back for more. Thank you. Bye.